It was just like, it was one thing after the other. Shit just kept happening, right?
I'm going to be honest. Boring podcast story, but what a great reality show, bro. Come on. Where the fuck is McClay? Action. Awesome. This is the Bogcast. I'm your host, Keith Obit. You're probably wondering where the fuck is McClay? And if you're a big fan of the show, you would know that I've been asking that question every single episode since episode 1. So for about 131 episodes, I've been asking, where the fuck is McClay? He'll probably be joining us shortly, I'm sure. I just decided, fuck it. Let's just get this party started without him. And when he walks in, he'll be all confused, probably a little pissed off, and we'll see what happens. Plus, honestly, some of my favorite podcasts I listen to, like Joey Diaz, Theo Vaughn, even Bill Burr, they always just either talk to the camera or the mic just all by themselves. And personally, I always found that shit kind of just cheesy doing it by myself. Like right now, this feels super embarrassing and super lame. I'm literally by myself in the podcast room, just looking at the camera, talking to nobody. This feels fucking weird. I don't know how those guys do it, and they do it week in and week out, and it's still very entertaining. I love watching it. All three are very inspirational, fucking hilarious. Highly suggest watching all their podcasts. But anyway, I just said, you know what? I've never done that before. Let's just try and see what happens. See what the fuck comes out of my mouth. Something I'll probably get canceled for or some shit. But anyway, I would like to first talk about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, we are slowly merging most of the major content onto the Patreon site, only because of the censorship issues going on with YouTube. They're being very anal, giving people strikes and banning them for periods of time. And if you get 3 strikes, you're completely banned off YouTube forever. You can't be monetized. So Patreon is where the real juicy content will come in, where it's completely uncensored. We say whatever the fuck we want on YouTube anyway, but we do have a feeling at some point. Oh, there he is right there. Let's see what happens with this. He's going to be so mad. Plus, another thing is I want to see if McClay actually... Yep. See, Fabius knows when the phone rings and hears that sound. Fabius and Gertie knows that somebody's coming, so now they're going to be pumped. I don't think McClay watches the show, to be honest with you guys, so let's find out if he does. I'm going to let you guys on a little secret. And if he watches the show, he's going to talk to me about what I'm about to tell you. So I have to actually tell McClay to come over an hour before I actually need him in order to get him here on time, because he's always fucking late no matter what. I did tell him noon today. It is 12:35. It's another reason why I said, fuck it, let's just get this party started. He's going to be pissed. I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? I got shit to do. I got a time schedule. I'm just like, I don't know, am I different? Because with my time, I'm the guy that, like, I write everything down the night before, and then the next day I feel good if I cross it off. I try to fill my days with tasks that I can complete towards my overall goals in life, but then also spend time with my girlfriend and taking the dogs out and those kinds of things. So I try not to waste any time. What's up, Mimi? Come here, Gertie. Come here. Uncle McClay's coming. You guys want to see Uncle McClay? Want to see Uncle McClay? This dude's about to be so fucking pumped. But let's see how McClay takes this, though. But anyway, yeah, so if I have a guest at, say, 2 p.m. and I need McClay here at 1, because I like to talk to him about the show for an hour before, I'll tell him noon, and then he'll still get here at 1. So I don't know what time schedule McClay is on. It's like his own I honestly don't even know how the fuck he kept a 9-to-5 job. Like, he must have constantly been late. Did they just deal with it all the time? They were probably just sick of his shit. Anyway, here he is. He's all happy and stuff, and I'm gonna shit on his parade. So he's not gonna be so happy. Standard procedure is he spends about 5-10 minutes saying hi to the dogs because they're out there pumped. What's up, big dog? How you doing? Tired? I knew you were gonna say that. I should have said that. We're already shooting, dog. You're not mad? No. Oh, I thought you were gonna be pissed. Some of my favorite older shows and podcasts, like I remember the Nerdist. Remember the Nerdist? I don't even know if they still do that. The dude from Singled Out. What's that guy's name? That nerdy dude. Chris. I forgot his name. Anyway, he starts the recording, and then the guest comes in, and then they're like, "Well, we're already recording." Like, what the fuck? I love that shit. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just gonna try it on McClay. I predicted you were gonna be pissed, but McClay's never mad. He's always fucking smiling. Even at his angriest, it's not even that bad. It's like, you're mad right now? What the fuck? I can't say enough nice things about McClay. I guess I'm gonna just have to be even more of a dick to get to McClay's angry side on here. I'll pull that out of him at some point. Anyway, we haven't actually podcasted in about 2 weeks as far as together. And I know he's been doing all kinds of crazy shit. I've been doing all kinds of crazy shit. So another reason why it's kind of cool just to start the podcast with him walking in is we don't talk about all the bullshit beforehand. And it's all just nice and fresh. Like literally, like what you're going to see right now is us catching up probably over the past, 2 weeks or so.
All right.
You don't got to change your shirt?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Rock. All right. Word.
Do you see what it says up there? There's a little marker board where the masks are hanging.
No, what does it say?
Where the fuck is McClay?
Where the fuck is McClay? So, I got some goodies for you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is this my shit or?
Yeah, this is your shit right here.
Do I really want to pull this out here?
Well, I'll pull out the cool stuff. So this is kind of cool. That's a thing for the mics. All right. I mean, this isn't a big deal, but I'll give it to you because I found it. Hold on. This is kind of cool.
Oh shit! Yep, this has the B side of Marigold.
Yep.
Heart-shaped box single. These were hot commodities when we were growing up because at Zia's, you would go there to buy the single because when you buy a single on a CD back in the day, they'd always have a B-side, and a B-side is usually a song that didn't make it on the album, but the B-sides were usually my favorite fucking songs and shit. So the Heart-shaped box single had a song called Marigold, which is the only Nirvana song that has Kurt Cobain on drums and Dave Grohl singing, and Dave Grohl actually wrote the song. So it's funny,
and it's one of my all-time favorite songs.
Oh yeah, it's badass. And it was funny is I went to like probably the third or fourth, I don't want to say the third or fourth, but one of the first Foo Fighters shows ever that, 'cause the first time they played in Phoenix was their first tour, that they ever went on. And no one knew their songs really because their album was so fresh. So a lot of people in the crowd were just screaming, Marigold, Marigold, but obviously they're not going to
play that shit at the time. Especially that soon, right?
Yeah. Sweet, dude.
All right. So here's another one.
Oh, shit. Is this signed? I think this might be signed.
Open it up, yeah. I checked.
This is Korn, Life is Peachy. Yep. Signed. What's funny is there's like rumors because Jonathan Davis would sign it HIV, but it's a smiley face. Mm-hmm. See that? There's like eyes, but it also says HIV. Mm-hmm. I'll have to show that on the camera later, but
yeah, we'll have to put it up
because there's a rumor that he had AIDS or HIV. I mean,
for the longest time, yeah, and he played into it, which was awesome. I mean, at the time, that wasn't something you wanted to fucking joke around with and play into, but
not in the 90s.
Not in the 90s, no.
Now it's cool to have AIDS. Isn't it hip?
I hope not.
I'm joking.
Jesus.
I'm just joking, dude.
And then this one's really cool.
Signed also.
Yep.
Deftones around the fur.
Yep.
Sweet, dude. Oh yeah.
So
I'm glad that these aren't lost.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way I can. Wait, where's this? Oh, it's on this side. I wonder if there's a way I could display it like this, or.
Oh, for sure, dude. I'm sure we could find something.
Because I have the other album signed too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this actually was just one of those signings at Zia's where you buy the album and shit, and then you go there. Same thing with the Korn. The signed Adrenaline, I actually
At the show.
Saw him at the show and got to kind of talk to him for a few minutes, and it was pretty dope.
Yeah, back in the day when they used to at Zia, they would set up like a table and the whole band would sit in there, and you just do a signing. It was cool back then, and that was the cool thing about having the physical copies. One, back then, the first thing you do, obviously we've talked about this a lot, the first thing you do when you got a fucking new album, you'd open up the thank yous and read like the thank yous and who they thanked and who they talked about, because before the internet, that's how you found new bands.
Exactly. Yeah. Like they're thinking, these guys, who the fuck are these guys? Or they think like another band they already listened to.
I want to say that's probably how we found most of our good bands. Like, I don't know how. I think the first person that I ever remember talking about Dead Sea was Evan.
Oh, for sure.
And I wonder if he
actually, I was with him when he discovered.
It was Korn, right?
Yeah. I remember him showing to me the very first song. It was the one with Jonathan Davis on it. Mm-hmm. And because of the low kind of tuning guitars, he thought it was a Korn song with keyboards. And then he discovered all these other songs and figured out it was actually an entirely different band. It's funny you're talking about that. I was just showing Scott them and talking about how, Elijah Blue is fucking Cher's son and, all that crazy shit. I heard they're actually recording a new album.
Yeah, which kind of a big part of me hopes it's good because Phantasmagore was terrible.
Yeah, it'll suck. Every band that we liked back in the day that comes out with an album now sucks.
Yeah, it's.
Is there any way you could push this down? Because I can't. Yeah. I can't see your.
This one?
No, just push this bar down, just because I can't see your face.
Yeah. Why is it? Maybe. There we go. Yeah. Boom! I got it. Touchdown. All right. So, let me get out my laptop because I want to set my laptop up.
I have an idea too. So, like, to slate your laptop so I can edit it easier later is like maybe just type like SLATE. And like I'll just go like this.
Okay.
I don't know, because it was a nightmare trying to time the way we were looking at your laptop up here. I was actually like watching your thumb going off the clips.
You can plug that in. I figured that. I didn't even think about that. They have like those digital slates and shit nowadays, right?
We'll find a better way than what we're doing. But I just thought it was kind of cool to allow the viewers to see what we're watching, especially with the Flight of the Navigator shit.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was fun, dude.
I still need to pay the $4 on the dock.
Okay.
And the other thing is maybe if there's a way to not close your laptop, because every time you open it and close it, it's like a
new file.
I think so, isn't it?
I don't know. We'll
see. Because then I only have to sync it once.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We're learning as we go, guys. So who do you think's gonna win the Logan Paul Mayweather fight?
Get the fuck out of here! Nobody's gonna win because the rules aren't fucking for win or lose. I tell you who's gonna win.
What do you mean?
So the rules, we'll have to look them up, but the rules for the fight are like no judges. What? There's no judge. Yeah. There are knockouts, right? But there's no winner or loser. The only real way to say a winner or loser, they're saying, is by a knockout. 8 3-minute rounds.
Because there's no judges, there can't be a winner.
Yeah.
So unless Logan Paul knocks him out, there's no wins or losses. But the wins or loss doesn't go on his record really anyway, because it's a
non-sanctioned.
It's like
like a practice thing, like a exhibit.
Yeah.
I forget what they call that. I'm too much of a stoner.
Who do you want to win?
Listen. Part of me wants Logan to knock him out just to see everybody go crazy, and then it turn out to be like they set it up that way. You know what I mean? We find out like 15 years later that that Mayweather was like, let's just fuck with people. You know what I mean? That's part of me. But the other part of me is like, dude, this is silly to begin with. You know what I mean? There is a winner. Logan Paul is the fucking winner. He's fighting the greatest fucking boxer.
He has nothing to lose, really.
Nothing.
Because if he knocks him out, everyone's gonna be like, holy shit. And if he loses, everyone kind of expects it, I guess.
Yep.
I'll tell you who I want to win. Logan fucking Paul.
Yeah, I hate Mayweather.
Me too. I respect him as a boxer. I think he is one of the greatest fighters of all time, but the whole flaunting the money shit and all that, I fucking hate that shit, dude.
Yeah,
And I would love to see just Logan Paul. If he does get knocked out, there's going to be an asterisk by his fucking record. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
What is it, 50-0 or 52-0? Asterisk and 1. Are you watching it?
No.
Oh.
I gotta find my mouse. I apologize, guys.
This is an audio nightmare.
It is.
No, I'm just kidding.
It is.
I'm just kidding. You don't have it on your laptop, or you just don't like using it?
I don't like using it.
Oh. Yeah, it's really just obviously a money grab, but
Yeah, 100%. But hey, whatever. That works.
I need to turn the TV on.
Yeah. So, my life has just been fucking, and we're all this way. Everybody's just, with seems like hopefully we're starting to see life get back a little bit to normal, and people are out, and everybody's just so busy. You've been super busy, with sound guy and everything. God damn it. And, everything else. And it's been a fucking whirlwind of 2 weeks, helping my parents move and getting them all situated. And they're living with me right now. And
What's that like?
oh man, it's going to be a big part of the show, cause I got some funny stuff to talk about, but, it's really stressful, bro. It's fucking stressful. I didn't expect it to be this stressful.
Where do you sleep?
I'm sleeping on the couch downstairs. So,
Does their schedule affect your sleep? Like, aren't they up and shit?
no, because I don't sleep anyways. So, you know what I mean? Like, my sleep schedule's so fucked anyways. I never get good sleep anyway, so I don't expect it, Okay. Let me bust out the recording.
Wait, what are you doing now?
I'm going to start the recording here in a second.
Of what? Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. How's Chris handling it?
Well, that's another thing, right?
Doesn't Chris and your mom just always
Fight.
want a box?
Yeah, because they're so much alike.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I think that's how me and my mom were.
Yeah.
Like, me and my mom always fought. I was just an asshole. But it's because I think we were, like, looking back, I have a lot of characteristics and traits of my mom.
What was that program that I used?
God
Fuck.
damn it, McClay.
Here we go. Let's see here.
I wish I could. Oh, I actually do have that GoPro going.
Let me see here. Is this it? I think this might be it. No, that's maps. Hold on.
So you're just like in the mist, dude. I seriously just want to like, is there any way we could just film me for a week and I have a camera team? Like, I could bring it like a 3-camera team, set up some GoPros, just film the drama, dude. It would be a smash hit. I'm telling you. Like, after about the first few hours, you'd forget the cameras are even there.
Yeah. God damn it. I hate this thing. One of these days, you guys, we're going to get really good at this. And this is going to be super
I was hoping
easy.
to have all this shit locked in before the episodes.
Yeah, but fucking, you were recording when I came in, asshole. Now I'm pissed.
Yes. Yes, that was my goal.
Okay.
Oh, shit, sweet.
Voice recorder? No?
I think I got the nicest compliment on my script ever
Yeah?
because the guy worked in sound and was a sound guy himself. He said it so much reminds him of all the shit he went through.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what that's actually the main thing I was trying to do is so when sound guys watch it, there's jokes like that kind of only they will get, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you looking up again? Oh, the voice recorder.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
what was the recorder, that thing that I got, right? Do you remember what it was?
Fuck, I have no idea.
How can I look that up? Maybe recent programs? Does that sound right?
No, I'm pissed.
Yeah, I know. IV cam, no. All right, hold on. I apologize, bro.
It's all good. We'll probably just fast forward through this part.
All right. Cam not connected. Share X. Is that it? All right, hold on. I'm sorry, bro. I really apologize. What the fuck was that called? Let's go. Okay, let's try this.
Dude, this fucking lady, I wanted pulling out of the parking lot earlier, and she does this every time. She walks down the middle of the parking lot, and she like carries this like little suitcase kind of thing. I think she works for like ABC or something as like a camera. In the camera department, she always has those big ass fucking news cameras and shit. She never gets the fuck out of the way. I was literally like driving like almost into her, and instead of moving out of the way, she just fucking stood there like a complete cunt and expected me to move out of the way. When she was in the middle of like where all the cars go, there's clearly like a walk path and like a, you know, where the cars go and shit, and she didn't give two fucks, and she does this constantly. Is it mean for me to think that she's either A, on the spectrum, or B, a cunt?
Yes.
Ever since this show that I watch, I think I've talked about it. It's called Love on the Spectrum. It's about, you know, people on the spectrum, obviously. I think everyone's on the spectrum now.
Here's what I will say about that. I've had some things happen in the last week that makes me 100% believe that, because
That what, you're on the spectrum?
no, that like there's a lot of people that are on the spectrum that we don't realize.
Oh, for sure. I realized that personally with Scott.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know if I could talk about that. I'm gonna edit that out.
Yeah. I think that's about
But
right.
can I talk about that for a second? Because I think it's a very important lesson for other people to learn that I learned, and I felt like a complete asshole. But I had a good friend of mine scheduled to come on the podcast. Normally, we shoot the podcast on Sundays. I made a special podcast for this guy on a Tuesday evening because he was in town. And I don't know if you had left your house already, or you might not have even left, or maybe you even drove all the way down here. I can't even remember. But he canceled on the podcast. I don't give a shit, actually, if you cancel on the show or whatever. It was actually kind of the reason why he canceled. I don't want to get into that. It's kind of like a complete bitch move. But I was actually upset. I was like, this motherfucker, like, at that time, it takes like about 30-40 minutes to set all. It's easier now. It takes like 10-20 minutes. But at the time, dude, it took like 30 minutes to set all this bullshit up. So I set everything up. You're fucking your drive is what, 30 minutes? You know what I mean?
25 minutes.
25 minutes and shit. So you're fucking driving down here. And then, 20-30 minutes before the podcast cancels, I'm like, what the fuck? And the problem was there was no like, I'm sorry or nothing like that. So I was just like, whatever, fuck this motherfucker. So I was pissed. So over the next 6 months, when I'm getting messages as if like nothing even happened, and I'm like kind of being a dick, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, maybe passive aggressively, I don't know, but it's obviously I'm upset about. I couldn't make it any more clear that I was upset about this. And 6 months goes by, and I get this big message from him, asking me like what's wrong and this and that and what the fuck and why I'm ignoring him and all this shit. And I'm like, bro, you don't realize I'm upset because you fucking blew off the podcast and you didn't say you're sorry or this and that. He's like, you're mad about that? I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Can you not tell in any of these texts or anything? Like, what the fuck? How do you not know I'm mad at you? I can't make it any more clear. And then he goes, bro, I have Asperger's and I can't,
I can't.
I
What do they call it? Social cues.
Yeah, I can't pick up on those social cues. So when you're angry, unless you look at me in the eye and say, Scott, I'm upset with you right now, I don't know. And I was fucking, dude, I teared up, dude. I felt like the biggest fucking asshole. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I am so fucking sorry. You know what I mean? Like, and it actually made our friendship a lot closer together because, you know, I do understand him now.
Recording.
Okay. Should we slate it?
Hold on.
And I do just appreciate him more, and we get along so much better now because of it. You know what I mean? But but the lesson is like, no matter who you cross in life, whether it's at the store or even a friend that I knew for 3 years, I didn't know had Asperger's. Like, you don't know what anyone's going through or what they have or their, you know, what's wrong with them and shit like that. You know, we all have things that are fucked up with us. And that was definitely a lesson learned.
All right, here we go. Slate. All right, so one of the things that happened over this weekend. Okay, so anyways, let me talk about this weekend or this last week, right? So I had the same thing kind of happen where somebody who, like, I never expected to act a certain way would act like that way. And there was a guy that was a part of my other crew, I
never actually did the audio on yours. You're good on that, right?
Check. It
sounds good to me.
Yeah. So it was a person that I really respected and that I considered a friend, and you know, that so much so that we gave him a platform on, you know, my other YouTube channel.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and no, you don't. You
really?
might. Yeah.
Does it start with an M?
No.
Oh.
So anyways, so yeah. So anyways, like, you know, total respect. Like, I've created content with him. I've worked hard with him, you know, and
you can't just call this guy out, or no?
No, it's not worth it at this
But it's
point.
on your other channel.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to figure out.
Yeah, it's not hard to figure out. And like, I had a lot of respect for him, and I never expected him to just fly off the hinges, right? I mean, I knew he was.
Is that the CBD guy?
No.
Just say it. I'll edit it out.
It's this guy named Ultra Maximus. Okay. And
okay, I don't know who that is.
And anyway, so, you know, I had a lot of respect for this guy, and you know, I knew he was kind of like, he walked that line of, like, you know, he's one of those guys that kind of has like some far-leaning political views, but I didn't expect him to, like, just go off the hinges and lose it, you know, over something stupid and not being an adult. And the next thing you know, the guy literally goes on our own channel and starts talking shit about us live from our own channel. It was so disrespectful, bro. It was unreal.
While he's part of your group talking?
While he's, so basically what happened.
Is he like a host?
He's a host on our channel, right? He was a friend. He's been a friend, you know, a comic book friend. I've never met him in person, but he's been a good friend. I've talked to him on the phone a lot, you know. I helped create content with him. We gave him a show on our channel, you know, someone that I respected.
Why did he talk shit?
He got into it with another guy on the channel, and he couldn't be an adult about it. Bottom line.
Did they get into it live or behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes.
About what? Political shit?
No. Infighting in the comic book community, which is childish. It's really childish.
So you guys are live, and then, like, out of nowhere he started talking shit?
Well, basically what happened is we had this. What happened is he got into it with these two guys. He got into it with a guy. We had to basically say, hey man, just you don't have to like each other, but just have respect for each other. You know what I mean? You don't have to hang out. You don't have to be on the same shows. And so he has his own show on the channel, right? Every Wednesday night. And, you know, he wasn't on the show with the guy anymore. We were like, you know, hey, you know, let's be adults about this. You know, just because you might not like each other, you might not be able to get along. Let's be professional, you know, at least. You know, we're trying to build something here that we're trying to go against the norms. It's really toxic right now in the speculation community and comics, and we're trying to go against the norms. And I didn't expect for this to happen, but he basically waited for another show to end, and he jumped in there behind the scenes and just started berating this guy.
Can I go in and watch this?
No. And thank God he didn't do it. And then, you know, because that happened, another thing blew up, and he decided that he was going to he has power to go live from our channel because he has a show on there. So we gave him that, we respected him enough
To give him the passwords and shit?
Yeah. And next thing you know, the guy, and I've shown this guy nothing but respect. And this is why it hurts so bad, bro. Why it was so angry for me. And I usually don't get this angry. And so
can I be honest really quick?
Yeah.
I want to see you angry. Because
yeah.
your angry is not that bad.
No. This
I want let's see it.
Yeah. You've seen me angry. When I get angry, I start throwing punches.
Yeah, but there's it's not that bad though still.
Yeah, I know.
But you only throw punches when you're trying to you don't just start throwing punches. You only throw punches if you're trying to save somebody or help somebody. You don't get angry and throw punches. What are you talking about? You're making yourself sound like a maniac.
Well, what I'm saying is when you get angry, you do stupid shit. And that's what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? And so I've really tried over the last probably 15 years specifically to do my best not to lose my cool, because when you lose your cool, you do stupid shit.
Oh, for sure.
And you say things that you wish you wouldn't have said. You hurt people that you wish you wouldn't have hurt. And that takes a long time to rebuild, and you lose trust of a lot of people. And that's what happened.
That's very well said.
You know what I mean? He instantly, and this guy.
What did he say about you?
Well, he didn't say anything about me specifically, but he said it about the channel. First of all, he went live from our channel to talk shit about the channel. That is so disrespectful for a channel that gave you a platform, that treated you with respect, that treated you like a friend. And you
got to leave this video up. This has got to go viral.
Well, he went live on our channel and just started talking shit, and I started getting these calls. And at this time, I'm dealing with my parents moving in my house for a month. I have wait until you hear all the shit that happened over this last week, dude. It was crazy. And I'm literally going through this at this moment. And I get a call. I'm moving my whole computer setup from downstairs to upstairs. I haven't set it up yet. I can't get on the computer. I can't do anything. And I'm getting a call from people going, what the fuck is going on? Da, da, da. And I can't stop him, right? Because I'm just got my cell phone. I can't go in myself. My computer isn't hooked up. Nothing's hooked up in my house. So
no one else can do this?
So I got to call somebody and I say, hey, go in and shut down the stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we shut down the stream, but he went on there and made a fool of himself. And then he gets on his own channel and continues to talk shit, right? I would have felt a way if he would have done it if he would have been like, hey guys, I appreciate everything you guys have done, but I'm going to go do it on my own channel, and then decided to go on his own channel and talk shit. I would have been a little angry, but I wouldn't have been as angry as I am. Because he did it, he basically came, it's like going into somebody's house, pissing all over their their bed,
That's pretty fucking hardcore.
Shitting in their house. Yeah, it's hardcore.
He must have been really angry. What happened? I have to know what happened.
Okay.
This has got to be the nerdiest shit ever.
It is. It's super nerdy. It's fucking comic book drama.
You guys are worse than ladies.
It is.
Time.
Bro.
Dude, ever since we started this podcast, every single time you come over, you vent about this comic book world, these people.
It's sad.
Every time.
It's sad.
Every time.
The majority
This is a whole segment, by the way, guys, now. This is a segment.
Comic book drama?
Nerds. Comic book nerd drama.
Yeah.
Fucking dorks. Jesus, you hear this shit?
Well, you know what's funny?
God,
all right,
damn.
So flip side,
we need some drama. We need a fight or something. Fuck you.
Like a shtick. I gotta give it to the flip side crew. The flip side is a conglomerate of people that work together to build the channel. But and most people will admit this, but there's certain people that work the most and that do the most behind the scenes and do the stuff. And I work a lot with a couple of guys, with a bunch of guys, but a couple of guys I talk to every day. And one of them, who's the owner of the channel, is he's so cool and calm and collected and just chill. And he's like
that little Bartek looking dude.
No, that's the other guy I'm gonna talk about. That's George. He's cool as shit. Cool dude. Really stand up dude. But Dino is the owner of the channel. Dino's just cool, chill, laid back. Oh no, dude, we'll just do this. We'll just do that. We'll get rid of this guy. Should we get rid of him? Should I say something? He's just really calm, cool, collected. Doesn't worry about anything. And he's like, you know what? My wife fucking makes fun of me all the time because she says that we act like worse than like
The
high
ladies in her
school
in her fucking Tupperware party.
and her
ladies and
Tupperware
shit.
party. Yeah, that's exactly what like. You guys are worse than fucking women. And
Dude, you guys have to have a film crew just shooting you guys doing your podcast. Like that's like even more entertaining than the comic book shit.
I think that's why,
like a podcast within the podcast. That's never been done.
Well, the majority of the people in this world are great, but there's toxic people in every world. And when you do things over the internet,
I know, but these nerdy toxic dudes are
the
just
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are all nerdy.
Yeah.
And then you get the toxic ones, and it's just like, fuck.
But the thing that
it's like one toxic nerd out of every 4, though.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. When you get into a community, and I'm just speaking out my ass, but when you get into a community that has a majority of people that might not have the best social,
so these people are all on the spectrum.
Well, that's what I mean. Like sometimes, they don't know how to communicate. Like, you know what I mean? Because maybe that's, I don't know. Anyways, the majority of them are, 90% of them are great people. And they want no part of this, right? And we do our best on flip side, not even to bring it up, right? Like we don't even talk about it, and it's just on to the next one, right? And this one
instead, you fucking come on here and talk about it. What the fuck?
Oh, you fucking asked me, asshole. So, but this one hurt because I had a lot of respect. Yeah, I had a lot of respect for the dude, and
that's pretty savage.
Yeah, and here's the problem though. Not only did I have a lot of respect for him, he really spouts integrity and doing the right thing, and he's
so
part of this code.
Artist.
And that's what this and in doing this, that's what hurts the most, because it really makes me be like, bro, were you lying the whole time? Like, if you do this type of stuff, that's not integrity. Yeah. Like getting mad and shitting on people that respected you is not integrity. And it's gonna and when you, and that's to go back to the whole thing. I
derailed the story. What happened between these two nerds?
They got into it, and one guy
like
basically
a comic book cover.
So basically, this guy says he acts like he's got super integrity, and he does things by the right way. And
was it anything about comics?
Yeah. It was about comics, and basically, what happened is he got accused of stealing.
He's like, no, Michael Keaton. And the one's like, Christian Bale. Like, fuck you.
There was something going on where there was a rumor around that he got accused of, and somebody accused him of stealing. Well, one guy brought that up and said, hey, you
stealing what?
Comic books.
Like, when you
from a store. And so he got fired.
So someone's heard a rumor that this guy got caught stealing comic books
and got fired from the comics book store he was working at. Okay. And here's the problem with that. You don't accuse somebody of stealing, and you definitely don't accuse somebody of stealing that is all about quote unquote integrity and doing the right thing. That's like throwing match on
How the fuck do these rumors come up? Aren't you guys all from different states?
Yeah, but here's the problem. It's just like any other community on the internet. There's forums, there's groups. When you're a YouTube person, in this group, even though we don't get a shit ton of views, the group, a lot of comic speculators,
but why are you even listening to these rumors?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I go, first of all, if somebody accused me of stealing and I didn't steal, I'm not going to deal with that.
I hate that
person.
Shit more than anything.
Yeah,
I hate thieves. Yes. And B, I hate being accused of anything that I didn't do. That sucks.
And that's what makes me so mad about this, because I agree with them. Like he
went about it a shitty way.
He went about it a shitty way, and I get it. You don't accuse somebody of stealing unless you have proof, and I get the kind of what happened. The guy wasn't trying to accuse him of stealing to throw a jab at him. He was kind of like saying, "Hey, bro, like you can't throw stones at glass houses. You say this person has a rumor that this person is doing something, and there's a rumor about you too. So you can't.
There's rumors about everybody.
Yeah. So don't accuse somebody." So what the guy was trying to tell my friend was, don't accuse somebody of doing something when there's rumors about you out there. And he shouldn't have said that. You don't accuse somebody of stealing. You don't accuse somebody of stealing that is all about integrity, right? And he lost it. and he got angry. And I get that. And when this happened, that was 6 months ago. And I told my friend, I said, hey man, I get it. That it was not a good thing to do, but let's just deal with it. And like adults, you guys don't have to play together. We're just going to move on. And he couldn't let go of it.
All right.
So anyways.
Were you gonna show me something on here? Or you already did?
You motherfucker.
What?
Jesus. Ask me all this shit.
Just
Let me get into this
I'm
shit.
just trying to move on.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Yeah. And the sad thing is that, he's gonna hear this and feel away. And
Oh great. So now we're gonna get a thumbs down.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah. But the sad part about it in the end,
I have nothing to do with this.
yeah, the sad part of it in the end, and this is all I'm going to say on the matter. I haven't said anything about this publicly. This is the only time and it's been happening over the last like 3 days, getting all these calls about it. And, it's just honest. Like the sad thing about the end is that adults can't be adults. You know what I mean? At a certain age.
I talked to my sister about this, how when you're a little kid and you look at adults and you just think of them as so like mature and having their shit together. And I realized as an adult, nobody does ever. Even like people older than us or like our grandparents, like everyone's just still immature and fucked up.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
No one ever seems to fully mature.
Yeah. So like I'm going through all this while I'm having my parents move in. I'm super hot. Like I've got all this shit going on. So anyways, I apologize, you guys. I didn't mean to get you in that drama. And I apologize to anybody who was part of that. I apologize to anybody who was a part of that because it was silly and it's childish. And like you said, like we're doing what we do because we have fun doing it. Like I don't want to go there and turn it into something. It'd be
Can
like
we watch
me
the
and
video
you.
or what?
There is no video.
Oh, his live stream that just goes away?
Oh, I could show it to you later.
Yeah. I want to watch this shit.
Yeah. So anyways, talking about the whole like you don't know. You can think that you know somebody and you have no idea what they're going to do when shit hits the fan or when they get mad or that, Nobody, and I don't care who you fucking are. If somebody talks down about you or somebody you care about or something that you've created that you loved, you feel a way about it. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you've put a lot of effort into something and somebody just starts fucking dogging it and thinks that it's something it isn't, and you feel a way about it. Like that's the shitty part. And instead of feeling a way about it and going out there and fucking getting all mad, contact the person, talk to somebody first. That's one thing that I've got good friends that I can call and be like, hey man, am I overthinking this? I'm super hot right now.
I do that with you all the time.
Yeah, and that's what we should do. We shouldn't go out and get on fucking live air and just cause a ridiculousness over nothing. It's silly. But what it also goes back to is we truly don't know what people are going through. Whether it's
is this still on the spectrum?
Yeah,
now?
on the spectrum.
Did you meet somebody on the spectrum or
no?
Oh, I thought you had like a story. About...
Well, that is my story. Is you truly don't know. Like here's somebody who I thought,
I see what you're saying.
Has he abides by these super set of laws.
That's why it's funny when you see
code.
These couples who are madly in love in the first like 4 months. They seem inseparable, but they haven't seen each other angry or at their worst yet. You know what I mean? And that's how like love is at first. You know what I mean? You don't see each other's worst sometimes a year, 2 years in. Yeah. And then you're like, wow, this chick's pretty fucking wild,
Yeah, man. So it's a bummer. All right. So here's what I want to show you. You ready for this? Okay.
Is there more dick pics?
No.
It's the last time you had like a terabyte of fucking just dick pics on there, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? You deleted that shit,
Yeah. So my parents, they come over to stay with me, and what happened is they sold their house, but they couldn't close on their new house fast enough, so they got to get everything out of their house quick. So
this is happening to a lot of people, by the way.
Yeah, and moving is so stressful for anybody. They talk about like moving is one of the most stressful things that you go through in your life, especially when you've been somewhere for a while, and especially when you're older, right?
Or if you're attached to the home.
If you're attached to the home, yeah, or where you're at. So
Oh yeah, the area of the neighborhood.
what my parents did is they got some of those pods. Have you heard about those? They're like, they call them pods. They're like storage units that they can move, and then you just put all your shit in it, and they take it to like a facility and leave it there until you're ready to pick it up. So they're basically like moving storage units. So they got some of those pods, and they were told, yeah, 2 pods would work for a so many square foot house. Well, it didn't work. So they didn't have enough. They had to get all their shit out, and they didn't have enough people or enough room in the pods. So now my dad's got to go and get a U-Haul, and he's got to bring stuff over to my house and store it at my house. So
you have all the shit there,
right? And this is how the week starts. So we've been moving all week, and we're going through all this shit. And so throughout the week, I'm driving out to my parents and helping them move shit, and then coming back to my house and taking shit, dropping shit off, blah, 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 constantly all week. So we get to the point where my parents are basically done. They've just got, the last of it, and it's their TVs and stuff. And, we're just tired. My poor dad, man. My dad just like worked his ass off, and he shouldn't have been, that type of shit. And, you're telling my dad, I'm telling my dad, like, do not do this. Do not go and lift that on your own. And next thing you know, he's out there trying to lift it on his own. You know what I mean? So, me and my brother, like, we're going to take care of this. So we go over there and we start taking the TVs off the wall, this and that. Take the TVs out to the car. And my parents
How's your brother doing this? Isn't he fucking...
Well, my brother can't very well. So he's doing the best he can also, right? So
This is such a great reality show already. There's camera crews just filming you guys
bro,
move.
this is crazy. So all in like a 3-hour period, this is what happens. So we take the TVs out to the car, we put them all in the car, and then my parents go, oh, we have to leave the brackets on the wall. And I go, well, if you have to leave the brackets on the wall, then we got to take the shit off the TVs. And they go, no, you don't. I go, yeah, we do. I'm not going to leave the brackets on the wall and fuck the people. You know what I mean?
This is the best reality show of all time.
So me and my brother go back out to the car, and I'm trying to take the brackets off the wall, and there's a TV laid down flat in the car, and then there's 2 other TVs, and we're trying to take, and I need my brother to steady one of the TVs that are up on its side while I'm on the door trying to take off the back. Well, he fucking sits on a TV and cracks it.
He sits on it?
Yeah, and just cracks it. And I
How
felt so bad for
TV?
him. It was a 55-inch, and it was the newest TV out of them all.
You just felt like an asshole?
Oh, I felt so bad for him, dude.
Why did you sit on it?
He didn't know he was that close to it, and he like kind of leaned back on it like this, and it was underneath him.
Were your parents pissed?
No, that's my dad was like, we felt bad for him. I felt bad for him. I seriously felt like, how shitty would that feel, man?
Great reality TV, bro.
Oh man, and it was just
because
like,
then when they interview everybody individually, like in the confession booths, you know what I mean? And you guys are talking like, this is your confession story of it,
dude. I went
like as you're saying it would go back to cut shots of actually what happened.
Well, when he sat down, and I heard it crack, I laughed so hard because that's all I could do was fucking laugh. You know what I mean? Like
because you're probably tired and. You just want to end, and it's like, shit sucks so bad, it's funny.
Yeah, yeah. It was really bad. It was really bad. Can I download Messenger? Isn't there a Messenger app that you can download
for Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So.
You have a picture of it?
Yeah, I got a picture of it. So when he sat on it and I heard it. And this is what I love about humor. When he sat on it and I heard it crack, all I could do was laugh.
Did he laugh or?
Oh no, he was
like sorry.
No, he was just so mad at himself. And you know how my brother is. He is just fucking angry.
And you're just kind of like, it's okay, dude.
Yeah,
just chill.
Oh man, he was so mad.
Your brother's the kind of guy that would like buy him another one though.
Well, we're gonna buy him another one, and my dad knows that. And my dad was like, I don't even care. Like, dude, have you seen the price of TVs? TVs are fucking. You can get a 70-inch TV right now for like $700. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. But at the time, this thing was super, super expensive. I think it was like a $1,500 TV when I bought it back then, So anyways, my brother sits on it and fucks
Yeah, you
it
never
up.
check my fucking messages. See,
Get
I
the
sent
fuck
you
out.
one. You haven't even read it yet.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
That's how it works, guys.
Yeah. So
Where the fuck's McClay? Is it Z? I'm gonna show this. You guys saw that, right?
yeah.
It's up here. You didn't even see my fucking message.
Yeah, get out of here. So the shitty thing is, I felt really bad for my brother and whatever. So we go in and tell my parents and this and that. And as we're telling
like you're sitting them down or like
no, we're like, oh, we just broke your TV, this and that. And as we're telling them that, my mom fucking her crown falls off, right? You know what I mean? Then it was like one thing after the other. The shittiness just kept happening.
This is such a great pitch to like the TLC network.
Yeah. And so it was just like, it was one thing after the other. Shit just kept happening, right?
I'm going to be honest. Boring podcast story, but what a great reality show, bro. Come on.
So then the next day, they're supposed to have movers come over, okay? And move the last of their heavy shit, right? That my parents are giving me a freezer because they want to buy a new freezer. So they're just giving me their freezer to put in my garage. So they are like, we're just going to leave all the food in it and all the meat in it and just bring it over with the rest of the shit in the moving truck, have the movers open it, you know what I mean? And bring it over and you'll have a full freezer of meat and shit that you guys can have. I'm like, cool. So the movers come. So they hire some movers. The fucking movers come. And
They're going to want to take the meat out.
No.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's just, it wasn't that bad of a deal. So, but these fucking movers, they I guess you put the heavy stuff towards the at the very back of the van, which is that towards the front of the U-Haul. Mm-hmm. So they put the freezer in first, right? Then they put everything in it. Then they fucking bounce and they don't show up to remove it when it gets to my house. So my dad's calling me.
Well, who the fuck drove it there?
My fucking dad. Right?
Your dad drove their
U-Haul,
moving truck?
the 20-foot
Oh,
U-Haul,
he hired just movers to put them into his U-Haul.
and to come over my house and
I'm thinking
unload
movers
them.
like they have their own truck.
Yeah, and come over and then come over to my house, unload it too.
Did he get these motherfuckers from Home Depot?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
And,
what you pay for.
Well, this whole situation that happened, me and my brother are like, from now on, when it comes to shit like this, we take care of it. And if we don't take care of it, we say, who are you talking to? Let us know who, you know what I mean? Because my parents are getting old. You know what I mean? Like, that's when, they forget some shit. I don't know, whatever. So me and my brother are just like, for now on, we're just doing shit. So this mover decides, nope, we're done for the day. They bail on my dad.
They don't even come back?
They're not even coming back. So my dad drives the U-Haul to my house. And he's like calling me. He's like, we got no movers. We're going to have to unload it ourselves or just leave it, let it sit overnight until we can get the movers to some new movers to come. And it's got a fuckload of heavy shit, like some of the heaviest shit that I've ever tried to move.
Freezers in the back.
And the freezer's in the back, bro. And it's 105 degrees in Arizona at this time, right?
Such a great pilot.
So my dad's like calling, he's like, I'm cramping up and I'm driving and I'm like scared. I'm like, are you going to have to pull over, And so he's on his way and he doesn't call when he gets close. He just tries to back the U-Haul up to my house. And when he does, he hits my fucking house.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that sucks, right? And now I feel bad for my dad, and I'm fucking pissed because now I gotta drop a bunch of money to fix my house. And my dad's like, fuck. My dad's so funny. He just comes out and he looks and he realized he did it. And he goes, fuck it, just another $1,000 that I'll fucking pay. And I felt so bad. I felt so bad for him. I'm like, and I had just I was like, don't worry, Dad. There's some beer in the fridge. Go light a cigar and smoke and smoke a cigar and drink some beer. We'll figure it out. And then he goes, well, the movers aren't coming. I go, what the fuck? And he's like, just leave it all in there. And I go, what do you mean? It's 105 degrees out. I'm not going to leave the freezer full of meat in there for 3 days because it's a week, it's a Friday. I'm not going to leave it in there over the weekend. Everything's going to. So the next thing I know, me and my brother, who's one-legged,
You should have called me. Or...
You know when it's that I should have called. I did. I should have called a lot of people. But you know when it gets to that point where you're like, just fuck it, I just want to get it done. You know, I just wanted to hurry up and just started just doing it. So me and my brother unloaded the truck to get to the freezer, and then
how long did that take?
A couple hours, you know what I mean? And I fucked myself up so bad trying to fucking pull this freezer full of food out of my parents' of this U-Haul.
Sorry.
I fucked myself up so bad, bro. I'm
sorry. I mean, are you okay?
I was like,
sorry.
It was fucking, you know, it was just, that's how, and it feels like everything that is going wrong, could go wrong, goes wrong. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, but that's moving.
I can also picture just like all this bickering.
Yeah,
like, between like your mom and Chris, your mom and your dad.
100% right. You don't know how many times over the last couple days.
There's nothing more than when I'm with your family and you guys start going at each other.
Well, here's what happens. Here's exactly what happens. It's my mom and my brother always fighting somebody, and me and my dad just looking at each other, just going.
Remember when I was at your parents' house one time? I forgot what your mom said, but you just go, what? No, like you were so like, because it was so crazy what she had said, and you're like, that's not it. And then you like corrected her, but like your face at the time, you were just like, what? No, I'll never forget that look.
So you know, my brother and my mom are exactly alike, like just to the T. And a couple times throughout the last week, my mom has been like, fuck it, I'm going to go get a hotel. I'm going to go rent a hotel for a month. Fuck it, I'm going to go move into my friend's house for a month. And I got to go upstairs to my brother and go, fucking go say sorry to mom. And he's like, what's she mad about? And I'm like, and I feel bad for my mom too, because now, you know, my mom's like, she got to deal with like three males all the time. And she's, you know, she's a woman. She's constantly dealing with emotions and shit in this, and she's having to move, and she's just fucking, you know, on edge all the way. And on top of it, she is not in good shape. You know what I mean? For her to have to walk up the stairs, it takes, you know, everything she's got, and that I feel bad about that. You know what I mean? So it's just been really fucking hectic.
Is it all done now?
So they're there for about till the end of the month. They're still trying to, they're like 90% good on the closing. They had a solar panel already attached to the house, and that's caused issues because you have to deal with the solar panel company that originally put in the solar, right? You have to get approved through the credit to be able to be on the finance for it, and it's fucking stupid, dude. It's bureaucracy and all that shit on top of just inept people. There's a lot of inept people doing jobs that they don't know how to do yet, or I don't know, whatever. You know, it's just a fucking nightmare.
All right.
So they'll be hopefully sometime soon. But one of the things though,
there's more.
No, this is something that I wanted to talk about. Do you remember a couple weeks ago that Hamilton Morris?
Mm-hmm. I love Hamilton Morris.
Yeah, Hamilton Morris, found the writer of the document, right?
I'm talking about the Toad pamphlet?
Yeah, and...
did you order one? The new one?
No. Well, so we talked about that.
They're done making them.
Yeah, they sold out. So, which is kind of a bummer that they sold out. But you know, I'm showing the webpage right now, and we talked about this, like how cool it was that Hamilton did this from a history aspect. For those of you guys that don't know, the way that like nowadays that we found out about the Bufo project and all that stuff is because of this pamphlet and the man that created this pamphlet and who, you know, quote unquote published it in his garage or whatever, you know, and put it together. And this guy, you know, we should thank every day. And you said that originally, you thank the shit out of him and this and that. So Hamilton went out there and said, you know what, we're gonna put his name on there and resell it, and so he did. And you could have ordered it. Here it is, the Bufo, pre-order the Bufo Alvarius, the psychedelic Sonoran Toad of the Sonoran Desert. It's the third pressing. So they originally did 2 pressings.
Yeah, it's sold out though.
Yeah, and it's sold out. Yeah. So
those hats are dope.
Yeah, it's really cool. And fucking.
It's funny. I had this as a topic for weeks ago, but I thought I brought this up. I just didn't think we got
because
one.
I'm such a good friend.
No way. How the fuck did you do this? Are you serious?
Here you go, brother.
What the fuck? You ordered one?
I got you, bro. So we finally in our hands.
How the wait? Did you had already you'd always ordered it?
I fucking ordered it, bro.
I knew you did. Did you get one for yourself?
I did.
No way, dude. Holy shit. That's crazy, dude, because I remember bringing this up, and then you fucking... I had it as a topic, and then you're like, no, I didn't get one, blah, 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 they sold out. You were just waiting for it to come in? Or?
Yeah.
Because it did take a while, huh?
It took a while.
Because I heard other people on Reddit saying that it took a while for them to get it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, no way. Dude, this is amazing, bro. Dude, I was actually genuinely upset and sad that I did not get one of these.
I know. I would have been too, bro. I really
Fuck,
would.
I don't want to fuck up the sticker. This is fucking...
I haven't seen it yet, so you're
Can
opening
you explain,
it. You're doing an unboxing for everybody right now.
So this is the very first dude... Well, I don't want to say the very first dude.
He's the first dude that of the modern era.
Of the modern era,
that we know of.
That we know of.
Yeah.
That actually,
realize how to
and the benefits of it. The benefits of it, how to administer it, and then put together this pamphlet, which came out was in the 80s.
Yeah. So here's what it says. A reprint of the 1983 classic featuring a new preface outlining the history of Ken Nelson's research and a detailed description of the 5-MeO DMT synthesis featured in Hamilton's Pharmacopeia. 32 pages, hand-printed and hand-bound in Tucson, Arizona, limited to 5,000 copies.
Holy shit.
100% of the profit from this book will be donated to the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research.
Dude, thank you, man.
Yeah, dude.
Seriously, bro. Fuck.
So,
I don't even know if I want to... Like, what are you going to do with yours?
I
kind of want to display it somehow.
I wanted to... I do too. I think we got to figure out a cool way to display it.
Fuck.
What would be cool is to... You know how they have those digital picture frames,
Well, yeah.
It'd be cool to have that in a shadow box and then a digital picture frame next to it. So if people want to see the pages in it, they could just do this on
That's
the digital picture frame.
That's a fucking really good idea, dude. Damn. Fucking thanks, dude. This is amazing. I can't believe this.
It's
Holy
really
shit.
cool that it's got Ken Nelson's name on it instead of Albert Most now. And that is one of the really much respect to Hamilton and everybody that, had their hands on creating this third printing and putting Ken Nelson's name on it. That's super important that he gets the credit now instead of that fucking liar.
I love this last paragraph. Excuse me, cannabis cough. It says, this book is a handmade object, and as such, no 2 copies of it will be the same. It is expected that each copy has imperfection and unique character. Please treat it with care to preserve its lifespan. The included glassine bag can be used for storage. That's kind of cool.
That is cool,
each
man.
one's kind of unique.
Yeah. Fucking A, man. And what is that little pamphlet? What is that?
Yeah, that's what I was actually kind of reading.
That's kind of cool. Please leave the toads alone. Choose a sustainable lab-produced 5-MeO DMT. And that is what's so cool about this, guys. And another thing for respect for Hamilton Morris is one of the biggest problems from the knowledge.
We're guilty of this.
Yeah. One of the biggest problems.
Oh, wow, I didn't see that side.
Yeah. And from having this knowledge is that you have to get it from the animal, right? And unfortunately, you can hurt the animal, and a lot of people do hurt these animals. And
well, I think it's more that it's so fucking popular and trendy now. And I hate to say it, as much as Hamilton Morris is helping with this, he kind of caused it with his show.
But I think that's
and
why
being
he's
on
doing
Rogan. Yeah, I know. I think he kind of feels guilty in a sense for it. And because it's so popular, a lot of people are going after these toads and ruining their natural habitats and stuff. So it's just an overabundance of people doing it now, I think, is what it really is. But yeah, but obviously they can hurt the toad and stuff. But
and that's the worst part. So what's so cool about what Hamilton did, and is he said, I'm going to figure out how to produce this in a lab, synthesize it in a lab.
And you can see him figure it out on his show. He has a whole episode, and he pretty much goes to a Bufo Alvarius convention and talks about it, and they all kind of tell him to fuck off.
they're very close-minded, open-minded hippies is what they are. They're like, here's another thing. It goes back to what we started on the show. If you constantly espouse like, we're open-minded, we're opening our mind to the toad, this and that, and somebody comes in and goes, hey, we can do this, synthesize this in a lab because we have the technology to know exactly what the chemicals are, and we can synthesize it, the exact same chemicals, and create it in a lab without hurting the toads. And these people go, no, we can't do that. Then you're not fucking open-minded. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that is something, and all these people probably the day before were going, we have to treat these toads with care, and we have to, help them survive and this and that. And then when somebody goes, hey, I can make it so you don't have to even fuck with the toads anymore. And they go, no.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand what you're saying completely. And I totally agree. I just kind of get their side where they're just like, they've been invested with it their way and their ritual for so long, and then someone just comes in with this new idea, and at first they're just kind of like, no, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
it is closed-mindedness. But I just like, I was gonna ask you actually, like, what do you think about toad hunting now? Not that we do it, but if we had the opportunity, would you do it, or would you rather just go synthesize now?
If I could find a trusted source for the synthesized stuff, 100% synthesized. No doubt about it. Because
how the fuck do we find it?
That's the problem, right? Well, it's not going to be a problem for long. Here's the thing. It's not going to be a problem for long because one thing that is, the world is, especially our world right now, especially everything that's going on, it's crazy. But one of the things about our crazy world is the public is becoming more open-minded to certain substances, i.e. cannabis, psilocybin, that type of stuff. So we could see in the short term somebody go, DMT is the most important of it, all of these, and let's start getting synthesized stuff available.
To the masses.
Yeah. And this goes along to another topic that I want to get into a little bit, and that's, at some point with all this fucking UFO and alien shit, man, like, using a psychedelic is going to be fucking, small fries compared to everything else. It's going to be fucking, if we're about ready to deal with fucking aliens.
What the fuck happened?
So with the whole alien stuff, we're waiting
June 1st, motherfucker.
No, June 25th.
Did they move the date? I thought it was supposed to be June 1st.
No, June 25th. I think it's always been June 25th.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think we messed up and said June 5th.
I saw like on other videos them saying it was supposed to be June 1st, and then nothing happened.
Well, I'm looking at a laptop right now. Let's take a look here.
I have mixed feelings about this UFO stuff now. So can I throw you two different theories that I've heard recently?
Yeah.
One is I'm going to throw both theories and then you talk about them.
Yeah.
One is, and this is kind of pretty far-fetched for me personally, but they're angels and demons.
Okay.
And aliens are, spacecrafts and things like that. They're fallen angels. Or B, Russia and China somehow, their technology is 100 years past something that the U.S. has right now, and it's one of the biggest intelligence failures in the history of all time.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Do you think that's true?
I don't know. I don't believe anything's not true. I don't know where to. I don't.
What do you think is the likelihood? Is it likely that could be the case about the technology being greater, their technology being greater, considering Russia literally went through a fucking collapse 30 years ago. China is just now getting out of.
Well, you talk about all the time. What do you call it? Distractions.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Our government, people would know.
I believe China could. So maybe not Russia.
So the pilot of one of the F-14s that saw the Tic Tac UFO, Dave Fravor, I think is his name, who is a black ace, which means he is one of the best pilots ever. He said something that was very, very eye-opening, and just I totally believe when they talked about the technology. He goes, it would be one thing if we started seeing this technology, because people forget the Tic Tac UFOs and all the stuff that we're seeing now happened in 2008 or earlier. That's 15 years ago, right? So what Dave Fravor says, he goes, it would be one thing if we started seeing technology, propulsion without any flying without any type of propulsion mechanism, no wings. If we started seeing that type of stuff now, he would be like, okay, maybe it's coming from technology from China or not. But we haven't seen anything like that in 15 years since it happened.
You mean because it's such a leap?
Yeah, because it's such a leap. He goes, we haven't seen anything like that in 15 years since it happened. And not only that, our intelligence hasn't heard of anything coming from like leaks. There's always leaks. There's always some type of leaks. They're going to hear about, oh, did you hear about this? They're working on some new project over here that's got this. They might not say they're working on a project.
Yeah, it could all be stolen intelligence from the U.S.
Yes, exactly. But here's the thing. The U.S. came out and said it's 100% nothing ours. And they said, we don't know what it is. So here's what's interesting. What we can expect from the Pentagon's UFO report. So the UFO report, it says one of the many curiosities packed into the $2.3 billion omnibus spending and coronavirus relief package passed by Congress in December was a stipulation requiring the Department of Defense and the Office of the Director of National
Trump threw that in, by the way.
Yep. To deliver an unclassified report on unidentified flying objects to Congress within 6 months, right? So which is coming up on June 25th.
Yeah, so 6 months is June 1st. That's why I think a lot of people think June 1st.
Okay. That makes sense. The report, which comes after a slow 4-year drip of reporting and government admissions on UFO sightings, could be delivered to Congress as early as June 1st. But it's not. It's going to be June 25th.
And then what do you think is going to happen on June 25th? What do you think they're going to say?
Well, here's what kind of sucks. So there was a leak.
You said this last time, I think.
Yeah, there was a leak that just recently came out.
But they're going to say nothing.
That, and it just came out 2 days ago, and it's from the New York Times. Government reports U.S. finds no evidence of alien technology and flying objects, but can't rule it out either.
That's what I was going to ask you is your personal thoughts is, do you think these crafts are manned by aliens, or
I don't know if they're manned by the aliens.
What if they're not even manned?
I don't think they're manned. I think the majority of what we're seeing aren't manned. They're drones of some kind, but I 100% now believe they're aliens. 100%.
Why? Because of that quote? Or because of this?
Because of everything that's coming out.
They haven't said one thing or gave one evidence of it being alien.
No, I'm not saying the government. I don't care about our government. When I hear a black ace pilot and the other pilots, did you see the 60 Minutes show?
Yeah.
Did you see the one pilot, another pilot? This is what I keep saying. There are people who are credible that you have to take what they say and say they're credible enough to believe that, right? If some fucking crackhead off the street came to me and said, I saw an alien, I'm going to be like, you're a fucking crackhead. If a pilot who has been trained and trusted with $1 billion plane and
okay, I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't agree with all pilots because they're just people, and people are
I'm talking
liars,
about the pilots.
I know, but I those ones I do respect and do.
And so on the 60 Minutes document, there was one pilot that literally said over a 2-year period, they were seeing these things almost every day.
Yeah.
But
I'm asking you, what evidence is there that there's aliens?
So to me, the evidence,
like to me, I haven't seen one sign or evidence towards that.
Well, there hasn't been any 100% direct evidence. To me, all I can say is,
but you just said you're convinced.
I'm convinced it's aliens because it's the only logical thing. There is no other logical thing to say it is. There's no way that it is human piloted craft. There's absolutely no way. A human couldn't go through those types of G forces, all that type of stuff, right?
But you don't think China could create these crafts? And remanning
No,
those
absolutely not. I don't think.
I'm
China
not saying
could
I
do it.
believe this. I'm just
Yeah.
throwing these theories.
Yeah,
out
no,
here to see
yeah,
that.
yeah, absolutely not. China has copied most of their jets, those Sukhois and all those stuffs and MiGs. They either copy it from Russian fighters, MiGs, or they bought MiGs, or they copy it from the United States. They don't really create their own stuff, right? So how are they going to create their own fucking wingless propulsion, no propulsion?
What if the alien craft landed in China?
That could be it, but at that same time, I don't think
And then
China.
a combination of stolen U.S. intelligence and all this shit.
I think the U.S. would know about it at this point. I really do. And what is known is that the U.S. does 100% know that Russia and China are thinking the same things we are. What the fuck are these things? We don't know what they are. That is known. There's documents that have come out from Russian intelligence, from Chinese intelligence that said we're investigating these things and we don't know what the fuck they are.
What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I think the government. Oh, with the June 25th thing.
Or just in general.
I think we're gonna get fucked again by that.
Do you think we'll see aliens in our lifetime?
Yes.
Really?
Right now, I do. As of right now, yes. I do.
Dope.
As of right now, I do. As of right now,
I think that's, dude, it all makes sense. Did you see Will Smith's training?
You think Independence Day is real, bro?
He's training, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be he's the hero we need. I think we talked about this before, too.
Yeah.
Do you think there would be an alien invasion? Like, what do you think they would do?
That's the scary part. And you just and this I want to hit the second topic where you talked about angels and demons, right?
Oh yeah, sorry.
So that's the scary part. There's one investigator that I have a lot of respect for, because she has a lot of respect of her people in her industry. She's won Emmys. She's super respected within the industry. Her name's Linda Moulton Howe. And she's getting really old. She's been doing it for 40 years. She's one of the people who originally started talking about the cattle mutilations. It's called Alien Harvest. She wrote a book called Alien Harvest, trying to figure out what this was. And she's been doing investigating and talking to whistleblowers for years. And she's one of the few people that her, George Knapp, that I've really followed over the years. John Mack, the dude from France, I can't remember his name right now, Jacques Vallée. There's certain people that I follow that they have the respect of their peers, and so that's one of the things that I see. But anyways, Linda Moulton Howe brought up something that I heard the other day. I was watching one of her live streams, and she said she has a whistleblower that is supposedly high up in the military industrial complex that said to her that these are aliens, and not only are they aliens, that these aliens 2,000 years ago seeded a human being or created a human being that they put on this earth to teach us love and compassion, to try and change us, and it didn't work.
Jesus?
Yeah. Now, I don't think that's true. I don't know if it's true, but what I do know is true is that there are a lot of really credible people that have come out and said we've found bodies, right? Crash retrieval. The Zamora case in Roswell that happened in New Mexico, that wasn't Roswell, where these two young kids who are farmers who are during the war, and they're having to take care of their farm, so they're like 9 and 12 years old, and they're driving a truck and they see something crash and they drive the truck out to it, and there's alien bodies, right? And there's been other crash retrievals where they've talked about alien bodies, and there's documents, and there's a lot of fake documents out there. Don't get me wrong, I know that. You don't have to write in the comments.
Where is this going with the religious shit, though?
So with the religious shit, Tom DeLonge gets a lot of flack, right? But Tom DeLonge, everything he said so far has come true. One of the things Tom DeLonge said that really was crazy to me when I heard it, that when he said it, I was like, this dude lost his fucking mind. When he's like, the problem with aliens that people don't realize is they act like they're good. They're not. They're bad. They only show up for bad reasons, for bad things, for this and that. And that's the thing that kind of scares me. And that going towards the angels and demons things, that comes from the Anunnaki and the old testaments, whether it's, the Bible, Sumerian, the Epic of Gilgamesh. For millennia, we've been told about these fallen angels.
Yeah, but they weren't ever described as UFO crafts and shit or aliens, were they?
Well, yeah.
I didn't think Christians believed in. Do they even
Well,
believe
not
in?
Christians, but the Sumerians straight up say these are beings from other worlds. And that's where the term Anunnaki comes from, is from the Sumerian text, which were millennia before the Christian text. So the Christian texts are built off the Sumerian text, right? That's how every civilization works. You create tales off of other people's tales, right? That's just how it works. Now, I'm not going to get into religion with people because most people don't know what they're talking about, but that's the truth. The Epic of Gilgamesh is a Sumerian tale that talks about a flood. The same exact tale about Noah, but it's not about Noah. It's about a guy named, Epic of Gilgamesh. Same exact thing, almost word for word, other than the name. Same with, Moses being put in a basket and floated down a river. Well, they say that about a bunch of people. It's just constantly recycling old tales. So one of the biggest tales that's constantly recycled is that aliens came to this planet and in some way or another used human DNA and mixed it with theirs to create the humans that we are now. Now, after thousands of years of that tale being told, the Christians come around and they change it to not aliens, gods. Well, the Sumerians were calling them gods, but they weren't calling them the Christian God. They were calling them gods from another planet, another world. And you know what I mean? And then the Christians just came and said, we're not going to call them from another place. We're going to call them the Almighty, right? So that's what it is. When it comes to, aliens and demons, the Anunnaki, and what the Christian text talks about the Anunnaki is alien or fallen angels that come to Earth and have sex with humans and create a race called the Anunnaki, right? And it's
So when these aliens came down, they mixed with like Neanderthals? Or
yeah,
something?
that's what most people are thinking, right? And because
isn't there they can't figure out
missing link.
Yeah, from Neanderthal to
human.
Yeah.
And literally it says in their text that that's what happened, that they mixed their DNA and here's the most exciting part of it to me that's been out for a while. There's something in our DNA called junk DNA, and they don't know why it's there.
Yeah.
But it's basically like turned off strands of DNA.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
So what is that? In the Sumerian thing, it talks about these beings not giving them everything to be like them, but just giving them the things that they need. And so basically,
like we just get the bullshit.
Yeah, we just get the bullshit, right? Because we were a worker race.
It's like the movie Twins. Arnold Schwarzenegger got all the good shit, and Danny
Yeah.
DeVito got the junk.
So,
but Danny DeVito has the Arnold Schwarzenegger genes in him. They're just not turned on.
yes, exactly.
Damn, that's pretty wild.
So, but here's the thing: every week, it's harder and harder to not believe that these are not aliens. With the government saying we don't know what they are, they had to change the headline to this New York Times article. Originally, it said U.S. finds no evidence of alien technology and flying objects. Then they had to put but can't rule it out either, because people are like, that doesn't mean that they're not there. They just haven't found evidence. The government did come out and say, we don't know what the fuck these things are. There's no way that they could do the things that they do on this. No possible way. I mean, and did you see the radar footage that they showed of that Navy vessel?
Yeah, I did see it, and it is very interesting. It's just, I'm just sick and tired of these bullshit grainy footage. Everyone has 4K phones in their pockets. I just don't understand how...
Well, but you forget
it's all in the ocean. It's all in the ocean.
You forget that these came out. These are from 15 years ago. These aren't
What the
new.
fuck are the new ones?
Well, so supposedly...
they have jammers.
Supposedly people... So Lou Elizondo, who put all this,
I just want to see
together.
fucking like I got 8K on this bitch. I want to see an 8K UFO flying by.
I agree.
Pausing, fucking doing some crazy shit.
I agree with you, bro.
This grainy bullshit. It's interesting. I watched the shit out of it, and I'm like, holy fuck. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like,
Yeah, I feel
like
you,
what
bro.
the fuck? It's
frustrating.
2021. Like what the fuck?
It's
That's
frustrating.
the one thing I agree with. I don't know if you heard Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about.
Yeah, he pisses me off when he talks about aliens.
Yeah, I don't like his theory about why he doesn't believe in them. He says we're not interesting enough.
Yeah.
Literally, like 30 minutes before the podcast, he was showing Joe Rogan a bird who figured out how to drink water out of a bottle. And when the water would get too low, the bird would put a rock in it for the water to go
raise,
up.
yeah.
And they're like, holy shit. I'm thinking, if humans think that's interesting and we study fucking bugs and ants and shit, why wouldn't aliens want to study us?
Yeah.
It's like the same kind of concept, you know, but his theory is, we're not interesting enough. It's, it's stupid to think that's like, fuck you. But I do agree with him as far as the footage. Like there's no good footage out. Everyone has a 4K phone or 4K camera in their phone in their pocket. And it's always this bullshit grainy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Or do you think they have it and they're just,
I think that they, because I can't
well, I mean,
remember
like your average Joe could put it on YouTube and
I can't remember if it was Jeremy Corbell that said it or if it was Lou Elizondo, who was part of the group that put all the stuff together for the government to look into, said the stuff that they haven't shown you guys yet that is in this report, there's some shit that is fucking mind-blowing.
Dude,
like
so what's the 25th? Maybe we should, is there like how are they releasing it?
That's what we probably should look to see if we could do a
live
live
video?
yeah,
Maybe
like
we could do like a live.
Yeah, that would be cool to do a live
podcast.
Yeah,
on a Friday.
Yeah, the 25th.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great, dude. To do like a live once they release it and we can like live
comment it as
live
commentary. It, us just going holy.
Yeah,
shit.
I know. Or being pissed like you motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what's gonna be.
So back to the Tom DeLonge thing real quick.
Oh, sorry.
One of the things that Tom DeLonge, talked about is how one of the things that supposedly is true that Tom DeLonge says is that there is a recycling of souls that happens, and these beings are somehow part of that recycling of souls.
You mean like when you die,
when
like
you
reincarnation?
Yeah, reincarnation. And that when you die, there's somehow these beings are part of that process.
Can you be reincarnated into like anything?
I don't know. That's a good question. But if that's the case,
reincarnate into a bug.
If that's the case, at this point in my life, I'm more apt to believe that the aliens are the things that cause the fucking souls to happen than it is some guy in the sky, hanging above the clouds with a big white beard, right? So we'll see. Who knows? It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks
just
for that, McClay. Appreciate that.
I'm super.
I wanted to bring up the UFO shit like kind of weekly, like as a segment. So
I'm really super stoked that we're alive for this. I thought we would never see this.
I still think I say this all the time. I feel like I live on an alternate timeline.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I am kind of upset about. Like, I feel like technology should be more advanced for us. Like, when I was a kid, I thought in the 2020s, I think we all did, there'd be flying cars and the hoverboard from Back to the Future and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it is pretty wild, the technology we do have. I think we take it for granted sometimes, just all the information we have on our fucking phone, the videos, the fucking...
Oh, yeah, we definitely take it for granted, man.
How you could just order anything you want from your phone, and it just can come to you, whether overnight. It's food. You don't even have to go get food. You can just get it fucking delivered to your door.
The other day, I had to get a Wi-Fi thing for one of my computers. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go buy this Wi-Fi thing. And I look on Amazon. They're like, if you order it now, it can be by your house within 3 hours.
Yeah. I ordered something a couple weeks ago at like 8 p.m. and it was at the doorstep at 7 a.m.
So crazy.
And that was the fastest I've ever got anything in my entire life. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like that movie. Have you ever seen WALL-E?
Yeah.
It's going to be like that. We're all just going to be on our chairs and you don't have to do anything. Just everything comes to you.
Or what was that?
Was that WALL-E? Was it WALL-E? I think it was WALL-E.
What was the Spielberg thing based on the book that came out recently, where they all go into
Ready
the
Player One?
Ready Player One.
That is definitely where the world's going.
Yeah.
Where virtual reality will be way cooler than real life.
Have you seen the new craze that's going on with Grand Theft Auto?
Is the new one coming out? Yeah.
No, they do this thing called Grand Theft Auto role playing, right? Where people go into the Grand Theft Auto world. It's like World of Warcraft, where it's a huge world now.
They created their own game within the game.
Yeah, and then they create a character, and then they go into and they act like that character, and the people act like cops in there, so they play the cops. Dude, this shit's crazy. I gotta show you this. This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I know everyone's stoked for the new one to come out.
Auto.
Speaking of video games, have you ever seen the show Future Man?
No.
It's actually, I guess, Scott got me into it, but it's Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg's kind of baby. Like, actually, Seth Rogen directs a lot of the episodes, and it's just a total stoner show about a guy who, there's a video game that it's impossible to beat, and he beats it, and he finds out he's like the key to like the future and all this shit. But it's like just stupid stoner comedy.
So here's the thing that pisses me off about well, I'll get into that in a second. I can't stand Seth Rogen anymore, bro.
I don't like him either, but he still makes funny shows.
Yeah, he does.
Know.
He does.
It's actually like a collaboration with a bunch of people, but there's those funny lines where, they think he's like this hero and shit, and he could do all this cool shit, and he's just like, no, it's actually the opposite. He's like, the reason why I play video games is because I can't do any cool shit in real life.
And that's what people are doing. So let me see if this will show what this is.
But I think Ready Player One is a very accurate depiction of how the future will be, where we'll have these, we put these headsets on and these fucking body pads because you're gonna actually be able to feel, seriously,
Yep. You're 100%
the
right.
game, and then. Dude, people are so into fucking World of Warcraft, and dude, I was trying so hard about a year ago to find a game. I got into I tried to get into World of Warcraft again, and I was just like, dude, these graphics suck. Like I felt like it's been 10 years since I played World of Warcraft. I feel like the graphics should be better and shit in a sense, But when it's virtual reality, dude, and you're doing World of Warcraft style shit, do you know how addicted people are going to be?
Oh,
they're never going to leave their house.
No. Well,
then everything is going to get delivered to them, and yeah, it's going to be pretty wild.
That's
future.
exactly what's happening with this shit. So this is exactly what's going on.
Am I allowed to show this?
Well, we're talking about it. So as we're talking, if we're talking about it,
is that true?
Yeah, we're talking about it, bro. I mean, we're sitting here where it's fair use. No thanks. What the fuck? Okay. And by role play, basically, this has been going on since Dungeons and Dragons and your tables.
They're just doing it in this video.
They're just doing it in the video game, yeah.
Super nerdy.
And they have like races, and the cops play like cops, and people act like bank robbers, and then they have to, when they get caught, they have to go be in jail for 24 hours. They change
so they make their own rules.
Yeah,
that's pretty creative. I mean.
You have to go eat, and you have to make money. Like, in order to find money, you can have scams. You can have Bitcoin farms in the game to make money.
This game is very popular for the longevity it's have, because it came out in like 2014, and people are still playing the shit out of it.
Well,
dude.
This has blown it up. Yeah. Like, this has turned it into a whole different thing.
And they're still waiting for like 6 to come out. I think it's supposed to come out this year, or maybe even got delayed. I forgot.
Yeah. But so, like, people, they have car races for money in the game, and you can go join and get into car races. No, like game money. Yeah,
that was a dumb question.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no.
Yeah, no.
People do that.
They
now.
probably do it. Yeah. They bet on it, and a lot of the Twitch guys on Twitch are making money off of doing these role play. People love watching them role play.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in these worlds, dude, especially in Ready Player One, you could be whoever you want to be. You know.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. See, like this is one of the major guys, XQC, and he got a bunch of guys who act like criminals in the game to probably go, hit that car, and kidnap somebody for in the game for money, to get money from other people, and the cops try to find them, and if you get caught by the cops, you get put in jail in the game, and you can't do anything for 24 hours, unless you get broken out of jail. And
is this something that you're gonna do?
no, but I just think it's really interesting, and that's how people are making money, and it really reminds me of Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Like people change their voices.
I actually want to get the virtual reality. Like that shit's just so dope, dude.
Well, you know what's crazy? Like this is something that Red Band's been doing for a while. I've noticed he does that virtual reality, and they act as different characters, and they go and do stuff. Well, they're basically doing it in this, and it's funny to watch them because a lot of like people who are comedic, I
don't know what's nerdier, doing this
or watching people
watching them do
yeah. Well, the only reason I know about it is because I'm constantly trying to see what's going on in YouTube, because I find YouTube so fascinating with what's able to happen and stuff with it.
I love the YouTube analytics.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. But anyways, that role playing shit is just bonkers, man. And that's exactly where it's going, to that Ready Player One world where you can role play as literally anything. And you don't have to be your person in real life, and that's scary because then people will quit.
Everyone's real life sucks.
Everyone's real life sucks,
and then you just go into this world and be a fucking hero. And
so, do you think at some point we're getting to the point where we hate regular life so much that we create this technology,
and that will be the real reality?
And there's always a reset. That's why we have these ancients. We're finding out about these ancient civilizations. Right, there's always this reset that we screw ourselves, because here's the thing: we're
all morphing towards it too, dude. We're getting longer thumbs and hunching over, and
Did you hear about this thing that people are talking about now? It's some type of it's named after somebody that came up with this idea that every 80 years our current civilization goes through some type of war, and they did the Revolutionary War, and then 80 years later we had the Civil War, and then 80 years later we had World War One, World War Two, and then now we're getting into it with hot and heavy with China, and they're talking about nuclear war.
Oh, we're ready. We're doomed for some type of war.
That's what scares me. And here's the crazy thing.
And I don't think anyone's ready for it because we haven't grown up in it. We're so comfortable and everything's so easy. It's going to be rough for a lot of people,
What was one of the things that they always said?
I think that's honestly why
show up?
I honestly think that's why there's the pacification of the world, is because we're not in this like crazy world war, and like we're not worried about actually trying to survive every day. Like we don't have to worry about shit.
Well,
so we have all this extra time to complain about the dumbest shit.
Well, you're 100% right in my opinion so far. My opinion on this could change, but the male characteristics have been totally they're gone, right? And
the funniest memes are the ones where they'll show like a grandpa from like World War II who's gone through some crazy shit, and they shows his grandson and he's all emoed out, fucking guy liner and wearing girl pants and shit.
Yes, and that's the sad thing, is that.
And then like it feels like you're being almost discriminated against for wanting to be a man and being strong and tough, or like doing manly things. It's like we're being put down for wanting to be a man now. It's like, what the fuck?
And like for forever, women found that attractive, the manly thing of
women
being able
do,
but not as much.
Yeah, you're right.
But the reason that they found that attractive is because that is what they should find attractive, because they needed somebody to protect them, and they
it's out when you're hunting food. And,
and the women should be caring for the children, this and that, and the men had to be strong and fight for their women and this and that. And it's a 100% pacification of America, because. And here's the sad part. I don't know if it's true or what, but, do the majority of women no longer find that attractive? Do they no longer find somebody, the saying was they always like the
Well,
women
I
always
think
like the bad guys, the assholes, right? The guys who were always the tough
Yeah, that
macho
never works
guys.
out.
Yeah, and but now like women don't even like men that are like that anymore, and you don't don't even have to be around.
They
at
do.
some
There's
point.
all these like single broads in their 30s who want a strong man, and then when they get the strong man, they don't want to hear what he has to say.
Yes.
They want to shut the fuck up, and then it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I know a lot of broads that go through that.
Yeah, it's so
constantly.
weird.
Do you know? Does that make sense?
Yes, 100%. It's really weird to see evolution happen so quickly, or our evolution happen so quickly. I feel like it's happening so fast in front of our eyes.
Does it make me gay if I think Elliot Page is hot?
Do you think those abs are real?
Fuck yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah. It's not hard to get abs. It's a lot of dedication. I believe
get it,
I believe just as
that fast.
That fast, dude. How do you know she hasn't been working on that for 2 years? When's the last time you seen her with her shirt off?
Can females get those abs?
Well, she's obviously been taking testosterone to make them fucking hit harder.
But how long do you think she's been taking testosterone? The reason why I bring this up is because that's what my brother said. When my brother saw the picture, he's like, "There's no way that those are real. Those are implants."
No, those are real. My question is, I mean, I don't know if they filmed season 3 of Umbrella Academy. I really do enjoy that show, but she plays a female character.
Is she going to continue to play a female?
What did you just say?
Is he going to continue playing a female?
Well, I don't even. Is that the right pronoun? I think it's
him, her.
No,
they, them.
No, yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Are they
going to play? That's so wrong. Like, are we saying that now she has multiple personalities? Is this a mental health thing? Are we talking shit about?
Do
her
they
mental
have
health?
a dick or no dick? Was there a dick implant?
I don't
Okay,
know.
let me ask you. I don't think there's a dick. So if they play,
well, she's fully
listen. If they play the female role that is needed for Umbrella Academy 3, and she gets nominated for best
female
actress.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Now, does that mean Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club? No, wait, maybe that's not a good example.
Yeah, he
could get best actress for portraying a woman.
Yes.
Or does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
I know what
how
you're
are
saying.
These categories going to work now?
It's very fucking confusing, and that confusion is something that we have to look at, because that confusion can really fuck up things for evolution. And I understand why people have to think that way. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying that you have to think about this. It's a thought experiment. The confusion is real. Like, how do you... The male-female dynamic is so important.
I'm just trying to find the categories for these award shows.
I
don't actually give a shit about the award show. But
yeah, it's so confusing, dude. It's really confusing.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing a season 3, but she's a huge part of that show.
And she's great in that show.
Yeah,
it's one of the few shows that I really like her, where she isn't just so...
Did you ever think she was hot?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No. And that's okay. Whatever.
No, I know. Yeah, nothing against her.
Yeah.
I was joking about the...
What I will say is, I feel like almost every role she's ever been in, she's like playing a role where she's just so not likable. Like, she's like always poor me, you know. I always feel that way with her roles, and it just... But Umbrella Academy, that role played very well in that character. So
yeah, that show's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we need to... My back's killing me, so...
Hell yeah, brother.
Take a break before the next guest. I just wanted to say thanks again for this awesome dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's bad as fuck.
Fuck yeah.
Appreciate that a whole lot. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's it, brother.
You want to talk about Patreon real quick?
Yeah, make sure you guys go check out Patreon. If you guys want to see some extra content that we put over there, we're going to start putting out a lot of extra content, hopefully, over there, where we probably couldn't get away with some of it on YouTube or that type of stuff. And we'll do it over at Patreon. So make sure you guys go check it out for as little as $5 a month. You guys can be a patron of the Bogcast, support us, get extra content, and all kinds of cool shit.
Fuck yeah. Awesome. And that is thank you for joining us. Make sure to leave a like and a comment, and make sure to hit the subscribe button. Like McClay said, you can hit us up on Patreon. We have a Teespring with all kinds of merchandise and shit. We're on all the podcast apps, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, fucking Amazon, all that shit. So thank you for joining us. That is a wrap on episode, I believe, 132 of the Bogcast.
Bang!